dare I say, some breaking news. So without further ado, let us go to the former Strikeforce middleweight champion, the former UFC middleweight champion, our old pal, Luke Rockhold. Hello. Hello, Luke. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got back done from training. Doing my thing. Feels good.
Congrats on the Niners.
To start.
Yeah, not bad. 2 more to go. I mean, not exactly the best showing of all time, but a win is a win. So all good, right?
I mean, I'd say it was pretty good.
I mean,
Considering, Cowboys. I think we tear through the Eagles, and we're gonna have that next, that big matchup, Kansas City, and I think this could be our year. It could be a pretty year.
Wow. Well said. Well said.
I think it'd be a pretty year for all of us.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, what a transition that is, Luke. So I don't want to beat around the bush. Just to break the fourth wall, I got a text from you on Friday. You told me something very exciting, and I said, well, let's talk about it on the show on Monday. And so you're kind enough to come on. What is it? What do you got to share with the world?
Your man's a free agent, free and clear, and I'm ready to, kind of re-inspired to go out there and do something new. Like I think, Kavanaugh, I just heard Kavanaugh said, you need something that inspires you. I need a new setting. I need a new challenge. It's like where I was and trying to find someone who's going to get me up, get me motivated, and get something that really gets me going. You get burnt out in the game, and when you've done so much, and you need new obstacles. So, with as much time as I've taken off with fighting, those years off, coming back in to the fight game was it was a long ways. I was went through a lot of injuries and things, and so just getting back in there was a lot. But since then, it's like I've kind of found that inspiration, found that reinvigorated my interest in fighting and my abilities, and I feel like I'm just getting better. I feel like it's finding my tempo. I found my golf, and it feels fucking good. It feels good to be back in there, and I'm excited to be back here in Cali, of course, and the training versus Florida. It's just more me.
Okay, so there's a lot there. There's a lot there.
Mountains to climb.
Yes, no, this is very exciting. But Luke, I have to ask. Last time we saw you in action was Paulo Costa, right? Over the summer, late August, late summer. Correct me if I'm wrong. You still had fights left on your UFC contract. So how are you a free agent?
Because I've done my thing in the sport, and I've always been amicable with Hunter Campbell, at least. Me and Dana obviously haven't seen eye to eye, and we've had our differences. But I've been through some injuries and some things, and I just need, I've done my thing, and I asked for a release. I asked for my freedom to be able to go do things elsewhere, and I was granted that. Me and Hunter have, I've paid my dues, and he granted me my wish to be able to go have freedom, to go box, to go fight elsewhere. There's a lot of different avenues, as you've seen with Nate Diaz and Francis and a lot of people else. There's interesting, innovative companies coming up, and there's a lot of things to correct in this world. So Hunter called me and gave me the call this last week and was like, "Is this what you want?" And I said, yes, this is what I want. I need that new interest. I need some freedom. I want to go out there and do something new, be inspired. And he said, "You've done it all in the sport. There's nothing left. I know there's a lot else out there for you, and I don't want to restrict you from that. And you'll always have a friend of me, and always be here for you if you need me. So the door is always open, but I want to go fuck some people up. I want to go change and correct this bullshit that's going on out there. And I think there's other companies, of course. There's PFL, Peter Murray. I think he's a fucking smart, sharp dude, and then they're doing some cool things where the best fight the best. People aren't jumping each other. You know what I mean? This jumping, this bullshit. Let's keep the bullshit the bullshit. If you want to go bullshit, we can go box and we can beat up these bullshit fucking YouTubers too.
Oh.
I think there's opportunities there, and like I said, I'm just finding my rhythm in the boxing, and my legs could take a little break every once in a while. I've fucking thrown those things, and so I would like to put some hands on some people, and I would like to invest in some other fights. I know. I mean, obviously, I'm good friends with Scott Coker, and there's Bellator doing some big things. One Championship is doing some fucking cool shit too. They're coming here to the States. They got grappling, they got boxing, we got everything. It's like, that's what I want. I've done so much, and so I want opportunity to go box, go grapple, go fight, go win another fucking belt. No man in history has won the 3 belts, 3 major belts.
Well, I love this.
Gets me fucking excited.
I could see the motivation. I could see the excitement. And by the way, shout out to Hunter Campbell. Historically, they don't do this sort of thing, right? And so I think it's very notable and commendable that he did that. Could I just ask one last thing on this? How many fights did you have left? Because I think that's important. Like if there were a bunch and they let you go, I think it says a lot and should be mentioned.
I mean, there was
more than one
left.
Okay.
There was a couple left, and you know, like I put my time in. I took fights when I shouldn't have had to take fights, and you know, and we've always had good rapport, like I said, and been through injuries and things, and I've fought through, and he knows what I've done and what we've done together, and so I think he appreciates me, and I appreciate him, and his opportunities, and thank you, appreciate you, bro.
How's the health? Like meaning, like how soon could you fight?
I could fight pretty damn soon.
Okay.
I mean, I could box at any time, any day. I'm training every day. I'm pretty much in training camp, turning it on, just like with my boy Chito. So I'm feeling off that energy, and I'm pushing it. We got a lot of shit going, so I feel sharper than I've ever been.
Okay, so nose, everything okay?
Nose was okay in no time. I had a couple ankle surgeries. Unfortunately, I had a fucking I wouldn't say it. It was a bad surgery that wasn't exactly what I had in mind, and the doctor had put some metal in my ankle and had to go have a second surgery to take it out. And so it's been a bitch a little bit, but this shit feels good now.
Okay.
And I'm moving, I'm dancing, and I'm fucking hitting hard. So I'm ready.
And ultimately, you know, when we last saw you, you said you were done. Was it just a matter of needing that release, needing that freedom to allow you to keep fighting? Like ultimately, why have you decided to keep on fighting? UFC or not, in the cage in Salt Lake City, it seemed like you had enough. And it was an emotional scene, DC's there and everything. Why are you deciding to resume fighting?
Like I said, it was 3 years off of not doing shit.
Yeah.
And coming back to fight at the top of the game, I needed someone who inspired me. I didn't like Paulo Costa. I believed I could beat him. I still believe I could beat him. I believe there was moments in that fight. If you saw when I wanted it, the fight was mine. I went in there. I broke my nose in the first exchange. We fought at altitude. We were supposed to fight in Vegas. He bitched out. We were supposed to fight in Dallas. He bitched out again and went to Utah, which is not what I had in mind. I didn't fight, you know, but at that time, there was no one else that really fucking got me going. And so I took the fight anyway, knowing the altitude and that issue. All the time off, he did break my nose, and that robbed me of my breathing, and my body fucking, it's a little bit hard at altitude without fucking being able to breathe through your nose. So I recommend somebody try that and getting through a fight.
Right.
It's when your nose is shifting all over your face and you're fucking going through that shit. But if we did that again, there's no doubt in my mind I'd beat that kid's ass. There's no doubt. I'm getting better too. That time off and now just being in the gym and being fucking getting that inspiration back, I'm getting better. I'm getting dangerous. Like I said, it's like the tempo. It's like that boxing, that tempo. I'm finding that power in my hands, and fuck, I believe I can put anybody to sleep.
Well,
and not just relying on my kicking and my grappling, but I can still do that too better than anybody else.
So I'd be remiss, you know, during that fight, Jake Paul was very outspoken about you and Paulo and the fight itself. You know, I defended your honor. I came to, not that you needed me to, but, you know, I just want to let the record show I defended your honor. And you talk about these guys. Like, is that the fight? Is that the motivation here, to fight Jake Paul, to be the guy to beat him, the MMA guy to beat him? Is that what you want? If we were to make a wish list right now, is a boxing match against Jake Paul number one?
I mean, it'd be fun. It'd be fun to correct that situation. Him or his brother.
Hmm.
Name it, or both. They're into spectacles. They're YouTube kids, whatever. But they both want to legitimize themselves. But they're both fighting little fucking guys. Jake fights a welterweight with no hands. And he barely gets through. He gets through that. All right. Then he fights Tyrone Woodley, a welterweight with one hand. And Tyrone's my boy, but with all due respect, he doesn't pull the trigger anymore. And I'll pull the trigger and I'll hit my fucking mark. And I'm a middleweight. I'm a real fucking man at your weight, straight up. And Logan too. Either way, doesn't matter. But there's so many other things that are going on. He says he wants to fight MMA, which is bullshit. Grow up. Now he's fighting Tommy Fury. Come the fuck on. Tommy Fury, he's about as much of a boxer as I'm a cricket player.
What?
This fucking bullshit. This kid wants to legitimize himself. He fights Anderson Silva, his old ass, as a senior citizen. This kid, I don't know who won that fight. Do you? I mean, could you really say that he actually won that fight?
I thought he did enough to win that one, especially with the knockdown in the eighth. I thought he did enough. You don't think? I mean, Tommy Fury has like what, 8 pro boxing bouts? You're not impressed?
I've seen a couple of the guys, and they're not. It's not. No one notable. No one who's going to stand there and actually throw a punch back at you. We know all we know boxing is. Boxing is just it's a build-up stage. And Tommy Fury's not a boxer. Come on, let's just be real. Have you seen the kid throw punches?
And why?
I'd put Tommy Fury to sleep in 1 round.
Really? In boxing?
In boxing, straight up. I've boxed some of the best guys in the world. I've boxed Andrew Tabiti back in the day when I was barefoot in going into Floyd's gym. Barefoot, and I could barely box at all. I'm a lot better now. And I know what I'm capable of. I've been in and about with a lot of people who can throw hands. I put Paulo Costa on fucking Queer Street how many times? With my hands, not my feet.
Why do you think his intentions of competing in MMA are BS?
I just don't think he really wants it. I think that's all a spectacle. That's like, what, you want to be a boxer and then you want to go box Tommy Fury? Like graduate up. You're fighting welterweights, you're fighting smaller guys. It's just like these guys it's a show. If you want to put on a show, I'll fight both those kids in the same night. I'll fight them round to round, whatever you want to do. But I want to do everything else too. I want to fight. I want to fight in some leagues and fight some guys that get me going. Where I was in the UFC, I mean, who is going to get me excited?
Right.
The only guy that really gets me excited in the UFC would have been like an Israel, a Robert Whitaker, or going into Pereira, and I have to work my way back through that again. And it's just like, and for what it's worth, it's not really worth my time. I need something new. I need to be interested. I need to be fucking invigorated through it. So I like freedom, just like Francis. Freedom, just like Nate. Freedom is a beautiful thing.
It is.
And I'm enjoying that.
By the way, what do you make of the whole Francis situation?
I respect Francis. Me and Francis have always seen eye to eye. And I have absolutely the most respect for Francis making his choice and wanting his freedom. Freedom is the fucking thing. Negotiations are not fun with Dana. I've been through a lot of them.
Right. Do you agree with Dana that basically the whole company sinks if he's not around? That theory that he put out. He said, if I leave, if I get punished for what he did on New Year's Day, it hurts the company more than it hurts me. Did you see that press conference when he said that?
I did not see that press conference, but I think there's it's the way of negotiations favors Dana. I mean, without Dana, the sport is better. The company might have to make amends with the fighters.
Got it.
I think that's when you get legitimacy to the to the pace, to the left, to the
Right.
scales, which is Dana holds the scales.
Are you surprised nothing
And
happened to him?
WME and William Morris likes it that way.
Sure.
And so they don't want that. They don't want that to change.
Are you surprised nothing happened?
Yeah, very much.
You are.
And then slap fighting. I don't like this slap fighting thing. It's fucking stupid. To put that on the same stage as us and like just promote it on the same stage, it's fucking dumb. I'm tired of seeing it, tired of being a part of it, really.
Yeah.
I feel like it's part of us. It's kind of stupid. I mean, you put anybody, if you put a big fucking man who could throw his hands in front of him with a clean shot, anyone's going to go to sleep. Where's the technique? Where's the point of it? It's just the world's just turning into shit. It's fucking, have some technique, have some skill, have some fucking.
No, it's a joke. It's not going to last, though. The ratings were horrible for the first week. The lead-in, which was AEW Wrestling, had almost 1 million viewers. They couldn't even crack 300, so they weren't able to keep the audience. And I can guarantee you, week 2 is going to be worse. You know what's even worse than like the Dana promoting it doesn't surprise me. It's utterly embarrassing that the Nevada State Athletic Commission would sanction this. They're supposed to be, the top 2 commission in the country. Them in California. California hasn't sanctioned it, and I'm embarrassed to see respected officials, referees, UFC officials work on this. Like you are ruining any credibility that you once had being a part of this. This isn't sport. This is garbage. It's total garbage.
No, not at all. I was just in Vegas with Dan Henderson and Chuck Liddell, and we all feel the same. We all had lunch, and we're just like, this is fucking stupid. It just devalues everything we've built in this world, and to put us on the same, like, promote it on the same stage is just like fucking, just like it's a bit of a fuck you.
When I spoke to you right before, and even the lead up to that Costa fight, you were very outspoken. It took a lot of guts to say the things that you were saying. Now that is all gone, do you feel like a weight has been lifted? Do you feel like the clouds have opened up? Like, there was animosity there, right? Like you were fighting a little bit with some animosity, with some anger. Now you don't have to worry about that shit anymore. You don't have to worry about, the pay or the uniform and all that stuff. Do you feel some sort of relief that is all gone now?
Not really. I mean, it's nice to be through that, but I still have that chip on my shoulder. I still have more to prove, more to do, and I feel like I can build upon what I've done and create a legacy here. So, I'm going to go in there with that same fire to get back into training and find something that inspires me to come back and keep correcting fucking the world. The world's fucking going to shit. So 2023 is the year of correction.
Okay.
I'm gonna come for it. I'm gonna come for everybody.
Your prediction when you fight? When do you fight?
I'd say within the next 4 months.
Okay.
I've done everything outside of fighting, and I'm not interested in it. I'm interested in like, it's like if I stop the direction of where I'm going, my body starts to like, it doesn't like that. I enjoy this journey of health and figuring out how to be better in every way. It's the high I want now. I'm not looking to do anything else. I'm single. I'm fucking hungry, and there's nothing else I want more than to put heads on my wall.
I like, obviously now that this is out there, I can see Bellator makes all the sense in the world with your relationship with Scott, and their middleweight division could use you. Like a fight with you and Musasi, that's super interesting to me, among many others. PFL doing big things makes sense. One coming to America, as you said. Does anyone know that you're a free agent? Like, have you had any chats with anyone yet, or is this the first time that you're really saying it to the world?
This is the first time it's public, but
okay.
This is I'm of course. I'm a fucking businessman.
All right.
I'm a fighter. We're talking, and things are going.
To? What's happening? Tell us.
We're talking to everybody.
Okay.
I'm keeping my options open, like freedom. Like I said, freedom. This is about freedom and the ability to go do things that inspire me and keep me motivated. You burn out at anything in life. I've been fighting for fucking 17 years. I've been fighting the best guys in the world since 2011. Almost everybody I fought is in the like fucking championship level fight since 2011. So put that in your head. I'm still here. I'm still fucking putting people out. I mean, you look at the last fights I've had. I mean, I have a championship fight where Yoel missed for weight, which was bullshit. I would go to the #1 contender fight with Jan at the next weight class up, and then I fight Paulo Costa after 3 years off, and I think that fight could have been mine easily. If that fight goes any longer, it's mine. If that fight goes again, it's mine. I'm still here. I'm still getting better, and I'm gonna be coming for anybody who steps in front of me.
You know, it's a great idea. Costa's contract coming to an end as well. Rematch, just in a different spot, right? I mean, that would be a big one.
Costa doesn't want that. I promise you, Costa doesn't want that. I'll box Costa straight up.
Oh my!
He wants to do that.
I can ask him. But so are you? It seems like you're leaning towards the first fight in this freedom era of yours being a boxing match. Is that fair?
I'm not going to say that.
Okay, all right. You're open to anything.
I said, I'm open to a lot of things. I think boxing it sounds fun. Just got to be something that inspires me. Got to be like, there's a lot. There's some, who knows? There's all kinds of different people stepping up, wanting to box. If one of them, gets me fired up. It's nice. It's nice not to fucking, it's like it's a different avenue. It's a different art, and it's fucking inspiring to get in there and to go push that. To go in there and go fucking fight and grapple and do this shit every day. It's like you burn out. Yeah. So just to focus on one thing, it's fun. It's new. It's creative. I'm fucking liking it.
Wow. Well, this is very exciting. And again, historically, the UFC doesn't do this sort of thing. So perhaps it's, Dana likes to say all the time, if you don't want to be here, don't stay. But as well as anyone, it's not that easy, right? I mean, how many years do you, how long have you been trying to get out of your contract? How many times?
I just asked.
Oh, it was just one time? I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Hey, I know people. Sure, and I've done things.
It's good to have relationships.
Like, hey, not everybody has the same fucking power I have. And I'm going to fucking express that power. I'm going to use that power. I'm going to fucking go show that power wherever I want.
And could I ask before I let you go, like, do you think, Nate's free. He was able to beat the system, if you will, there. They didn't want him to leave with a win. Francis now free man. Who knows what happens? Tyson Fury over the weekend said, let's go, Francis. You're now free. Are we seeing something? Is something happening here? Are the fighters getting more power? More like how, or is this just three separate circumstances, a coincidence, if you will?
I'd like to hope so. I think things are shifting. I think there's a shift, and I think there's some reality to it. I think there's a lot of bullshit going on, and but I think, like I said, I think 2023 could be a year of correction. I think we could fix a lot of shit this year. So I'm excited to be a part of that. And let's go, boys. Francis, I wish all the best. Nate, I wish all the best. Myself, let's go fucking make some shit happen.
Awesome. Thank you for doing this, Luke. Thank you for coming on. Congratulations. Very happy for you. And I can't wait to see what you do. And when you decide what you'll do, please come back on, all right?
Gotcha. Let's do it.
All right, there he is. The great Luke Rockhold, the former middleweight champion of the UFC, the former Strikeforce middleweight champion as well. It's very exciting stuff.